All right, firing up the Barcade tonight for just a little bit. A little bit of 1983 coming back here. No, I never got to, I never even got to play Donkey Kong last night. I got home and I made my, my videos to put on YouTube, and it was like 7 o'clock, and I was just tired from being out in the cold and the rain, and I knew I had to get up at 3:30 this morning. And so anyways, I went to bed at like 7 or 7:30 last night. It was an early night, even though it was my birthday. But tonight, obviously it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Oh, I gotta turn these lights on over here. But I also have to get up. I gotta work tomorrow morning. I gotta be up at 3:30 again tomorrow, so I'm going to bed here probably in about an hour, I guess. I'll probably play a couple games and probably go to bed about 8 or 8:30. Good old Michael. Say what you want about him, but he was a legend. Oh, and my my black lights came today. That's just one of them. I got to figure out a better mounting system up here for them both. So I got two of them. I'm going to start them over here by the hobo shoestring sign and go that way with them. So that's the plan with that. But I just didn't. After being up since 3:30 this morning and having to get up early tomorrow, I just didn't feel like messing with it tonight. But it's going back up there. It does put a nice little glow in the room having those in here. Michael Jackson's first moonwalk right here. When he busts this move out though, it is like the quintessential 80s. How awesome is that? That was the first time he ever did the moonwalk, I guess. But anyways, it is New Year's Eve. So people always ask, like, why are you into arcade games and stuff? And there's a few different reasons. One of them is just the artwork alone on some of these machines are just, it's fantastic. I mean, they really are like time capsules, pop culture pieces of art from the 1980s. And I just really appreciate that. And then number two, I mean, look at the artwork is just fantastic. I mean, they are really like 80s pop culture artwork. But anyways, one of the things I love about them is most games last just a few minutes when you're playing them. For the minute or two you're playing them, they're not like modern video games. I don't get into any of that stuff. But when you play one of these games for 2-3 minutes, you feel like you're 12 years old again. You really do. You forget about all your problems. You forget about all the crap and stupid things in this world. And you're just playing a stupid game that you remember playing from when you were a kid. And that's a big part of why I like these things. It's just like a nostalgia thing, I guess. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would always talk about pinball machines, and pinballs were in the they've had resurgence lately, but back in the 80s, I mean, everything was arcade games. Nobody wanted to play pinball machines. But honestly, the older I get, and I have some arcade friends that have some of the newer pinballs and some older ones, there's something about the electromechanical aspect to them that I almost think is neater than any one of these, because they also have the artwork and all the graphics and everything, and the new ones are basically a video game on the back part of it, and then you got the electromechanical part with the pinball, and they're just awesome. And some of the themes are cool. They got bands and movies, and I mean, you name it, they have it. So my biggest problem with pinball machines, to get a decent pinball machine, you're looking at probably $4 or $5 grand. And most of these games I picked up for a couple $100. And, you know, the monitor was bad, or the game board was bad, or, I mean, they all needed something, but, you know, I know how to fix all that stuff. So I have a whopping, I paid like $150 for that Miss Pac-Man. Of course, I put a lot of time and stuff into it, and it needed a bunch of work, but, it, you know, work is free for me. Spending $5 grand on a pinball machine, I just have a hard time swallowing that. So I was actually, all my arcade money, I have like a fun money account, and all my money for like the last 3 or 4 years I had saved up, and then this Dragon's Lair 2 popped up on one of the arcade forums I'm on, and I passed on one probably 5 or 6 years ago, and I regretted it because I'll tell the story eventually of this game and why it's one of my favorites, but I saw it again, and I'm like, I just couldn't let it go. So I had a decent amount of money saved up for my pinball machine, about half of what I needed to get the one I want, and I spent it on that stupid game. I bought it last February, I think, and I haven't regretted it. I love that thing. It is just so cool. It's a Laserdisc game. I don't know if anyone knows anything about Laserdisc games, but Laserdisc is like a giant DVD or Blu-ray, I guess, except it's the size of an old record, and that's what runs in this game. These are all just regular video games. That one's a Laserdisc game, and it's funny. Just like every other stupid hobby I have, there are people that are just into specific machines and eras, and it gets really kind of weird and dorky. But Dragon's Lair being a Laserdisc game, there are guys that just collect Laserdisc games. And there was, I would say, probably 20 or 30 Laserdisc games back in the day. Maybe more than that, maybe 30 or 40, but there wasn't a lot of them in the big picture of them. So they're kind of a rare breed to begin with, and the guys that like Laserdisc stuff, they're their own niche arcade nerd person, which is cool. I love all that stuff. So, anyways, I'm gonna play some Donkey Kong now and shut up. I don't know if I ever told the story of this game in my Donkey Kong video, but the one time I remember playing this in an actual arcade version of it, I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and this game was already old by then because it came out in 81. This would have been 88, and I was taking a Greyhound bus from Perry County, Ohio up to Cleveland to see my grandparents, and the bus stopped at a Greyhound bus station in Cambridge, Ohio, of all places. And I went into the bus station, and I must have had a couple dollars on me at the time, but somehow I thought at least 25 cents of that couple dollars I had would be best spent on playing Donkey Kong, because I specifically remember playing Donkey Kong at a Greyhound bus station in Cambridge, Ohio, back in probably, would have been 87 or 88, I think, when I was in junior high. I was in the 8th grade. So anyways, I don't think I can play this game and tape at the same time, so I'm just going to have to start it and put the camera down and see what I get on my first try here. All right, making it past the second construction scene here. I haven't even died yet. I'm doing good, actually. This is not bad. 26 grand for the first time playing in probably 6 months. That's a respectable Donkey Kong score. Well, I made it to the second elevator screen, which isn't terrible. I was hoping I'd make it to the third one. That was my score, 46-4. That's pretty respectable for not playing for like 6 months. I don't know. It's not 151 that my buddy Larry came over and put up on this thing. So, anyways, that is my first Donkey Kong game in probably about 6 months, I think. Yeah, my buddy Larry LJC, and I have been chasing that score for about 6 or 7 years now. He came over, and he's about like I am, but he said that is his second best Donkey Kong score of all time, and he put it on my machine, and I can't beat it. And of course I could erase it, but I'll never do that. It gives me a goal. One of these days I'm gonna get obsessed with this machine again and just start playing the heck out of it, and I'm gonna beat that score. Mark my words, Larry. I'm beating that score, buddy. All right. Well, it's like 8 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and I got to go to bed soon because I got to get up at 3:30 tomorrow morning. But I didn't even break my Donkey Kong record tonight. Not only did I not break my Donkey Kong record, I didn't even make the leaderboard. I'm not even in the top. My best score is what, 136. So I got to get 116 to even get on there, which I haven't done that in years. So, anyways, I'm glad people are enjoying these videos. It seems like they are anyway. I live a pretty interesting life. At least I think so. I don't even know about interesting. It's just not normal. And I realize it's not normal. And that's kind of why I'm putting it out there. But it is going to suck to get up at 3:30 tomorrow. So I am shutting her down tonight. And then I'm off all weekend, so maybe we'll resume our arcade adventures this weekend at some point.